right? We know sample size greater than or equal to 30. First, proportion test, single proportion test, type 1. So previous all are single mean test based on mean. Here we are going to take the proportion. Problem based on the size of the sample, small n is known, and size of the population, capital N is unknown, right? So test procedure, confidence level, standard error, sample size. Bernoulli trial. So notations, capital P is population proportion, small p is sample proportion, and n is sample size, capital N is size of the population. Here the population proportion P and sample proportion P are considered as probability of success. Note that, right? The probability of failure is Q, small q, capital Q, 1 minus P. The mean or expected value of all sample proportions P is the population proportion, capital P, right? Expected values. Sample mean x bar is equal to expected value of x bar, expected value of x, right? Expected value of x is, we know, x bar, that is NP, right? Binomial. Variance of ax is equal to, formula is a square variance of x, where a is a constant. Sample variance, that is variance of x, is equal to npq, using binomial, right? Test procedure. So first step, to find the value of z, calculated value. If there are n samples out of which x is in favor of n, so probability of success, then the sample proportion P is equal to x by n. Expected value of sample proportion E of P is equal to E of expected value of x by n, that is equal to 1 by n expected value of x, 1 by n into np, we know, that is equal to P. Variance of sample proportion, variance of P is equal to variance of x by n, 1 by n square variance of x, 1 by n square into npq, that is pq by en, capital, this is right. Hence the test statistics is z is equal to small p minus expected value of P by root of variance of P. So z is equal to P minus P divided by root of pq by n, right? Test statistics, we are going to use this. For Bernoulli trial, binomial, right? So test statistics z is equal to x minus, we know, proportion np, small np, that is mu, right? We know for binomial mean is np and variance is npq, so that is what we have mentioned, x bar minus np by root of npq. Step 2, defining the hypothesis, right? These are all the standard one, right? So we have given the table also for 90%, 95%, 99%, that is 10% level of significance, 5% level of significance, 1% level of significance. Table value is given. So critical region, that is probability. First two-tail test, second one on the right tail, that is right tail test, and third one is left tail test. So conclusion, for two tail and right tail, right, calculated value is less than tabulated value, null hypothesis accepted, otherwise rejected. Left tail, calculated value of z is tabulated value of z, h naught is rejected because it is a negative value, that is why, right? If you are taking modulus, you have to take the right tail test conclusion, right? Confidence interval formula, P plus or minus z alpha root of pq by n. The proportion capital P is not known, so to find the limit, P, capital P plus or minus 3 into root of pq by n, right? To find the standard error is root of pq by n. To find the sample, n is equal to z alpha square pq by e square. E is the error, right? Thanks.